We start today with the Wall Street Journal's bomb that they just dropped on Donald Trump. Not MSNBC, sorry, MS Now, not The Nation, not some left-wing thing. This is the Wall Street Journal editorial board. They aren't just criticizing Trump, they are calling the immigration crackdown a moral and political debacle. This is not the language you would typically expect from a conservative editorial board from a newspaper owned by News Corporation, which also owns Fox News. Now, here's what happened. I know many of you already know the details. 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Pretti was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Trump administration immediately goes on the offensive. Kristi Noem says he showed up to inflict damage and kill law enforcement. There's no evidence of that. Stephen Miller says Alex Pretti was a domestic terrorist. There's no evidence of that. And the problem is the video, quite frankly, the multiple videos. And according to the Wall Street Journal, the videos show Pretti trying to help a woman who had been pepper sprayed. He is a nurse, after all. He gets tackled. He's on the ground with a phone in his hand. Agents find a concealed gun and disarm him, and then they shoot him. And then they shoot him again and again and again. And the Wall Street Journal says the Trump administration story just isn't believable. It is a right-wing paper saying the stink of Trump isn't passing the smell test. And then they go even further. The Wall Street Journal says that this is the worst incident so far in what is becoming a broader disaster for Trump's presidency, a moral disaster, but also a political disaster. And I think this is maybe the key part. Trump ran in 2024 as the strong man on immigration. He was going to dominate this issue. He might fail everywhere else, but he is going to be pleasing the country when it comes to immigration. And not only is the country saying we don't approve of the job Trump is doing on immigration, even the Wall Street Journal is saying that this is an approach that's backfiring, and they are saying it is time to pause ICE operations in Minneapolis altogether. It's time to rethink the strategy. We can't be targeting hotel maids and gardeners. And after all, Trump said he was going to focus on serious criminals anyway, not left-wing activism. You might be saying, oh, that must be what some left-wingers said needs to happen. No, this is what the Wall Street Journal says needs to happen at this point in time. And it is effectively the right-wing establishment saying, dude, you were screwing this up. Now, the other part of this that I think is extraordinarily important is that I don't even necessarily know that the Wall Street Journal is doing this for moral reasons. Maybe they are, and it would be great if they were. But this is a political calculation primarily, where Trump is not just losing the left, he's also losing the center right and the business conservatives and the people that often show up to clean up the messes of Donald Trump. And what was supposed to be Trump's big accomplishment, the tariffs might not be so good, and getting men out of women's sports might not be something people are so concerned with, but immigration, Trump is going to dominate. And it is a huge liability for Donald Trump right now. So the risk here is, and by the way, he's also firing Greg Bovino. We'll get to that later. There's a lot of damage control that is going on here. You are going to be in a situation, if you are Trump, where it is not just the Wall Street Journal editorial board turning on you, but you are going to start hearing from Republicans who are going to say, sir, you're big and strong and orange and all of that, but we are going to get crushed in November unless you turn this around and do something different. You promised law and order. Law and order looks different to our constituents than a nurse on the ground getting shot 10 times. And when the Wall Street Journal starts to say it, you know that it is bad. So there's a bunch of different damage control elements that Trump is pushing forward here. One of them we will talk about later is the firing of Greg Bovino. It's a demotion. They're pretending it's no big deal, but Bovino is out. Stormtrooper Bovino is out. In addition to that, Donald Trump has been bragging about how he had a great call with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. They aren't actually changing their attitude, but Trump put out a couple of messages suggesting that now everybody is ready to work together. And what's going on here is nothing other than people are coming to Trump and saying, they're turning on you. You've got to do something because they are turning on you. It's not coming out of a deep responsibility to what is right. It's not coming out of an inherent allegiance to the preservation of life and the adherence to law and order. It's just people are telling Trump you're in trouble and this is a problem and we've got to figure out a way to fix it. So we are soon going to see the Republicans in swing states coming to him with their hat in their hand and saying, sir, please give us something. Stop acting like a complete lunatic and stop having your goons kill nurses and mothers of three. And they are going to have a political problem. And later, we are going, maybe not even today, we will talk about the broad implications, the inflection point that the November elections could be, I think is the better way to say it. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.